dock on your Mac can either be a blessing or a curse. It's a blessing if it's organized and small and easy to find what you need to find. It's a curse if it's so large that it fills the entire screen and it's disorganized, messy, and you just can't find anything at all. What we're going to do today in this tutorial is to learn how to create folders that contain groupings of applications and/or files. Here's an example of one. We've got a folder in our dock that contains all of the Adobe CS4 applications, one that contains the multimedia applications, smart tools, utilities, and even folders that contain files so that you don't have to navigate those manually each time. Now the first step to creating these folders is to open up a Finder window. We're going to navigate to Documents, and we're going to create a brand new folder. So click on File, New Folder, and we're going to name this something like My Dock Applications. It's up to you what you want to name it, but that'll suffice for us. Hit Enter. And this is going to contain all of your folders that you're eventually going to drag down into your dock that contain the applications and/or files. Now within the My Dock Applications, you're going to click on File, New Folder again, and we're going to create a folder that will contain our Microsoft Word applications. So let's go ahead and rename this Microsoft Office, hit Enter, and now let's go ahead and open up a new Finder window. So click on File, New Finder window. We're going to drag this down to our lower right hand corner, and since we're going to be placing applications into this Microsoft Office folder, we're going to navigate to our Applications folder, and we're going to find the Microsoft Office 2008 applications. So click on that, and here they are: Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. In order to drag and drop these, you can highlight them all at one time and drag them into that folder. This is just a convenience thing. It's not necessary. You could drag and drop them individually, but before you drag and drop, make sure to listen to the instructions very, very carefully. In order to highlight all of them, we're going to click on one of them, and then we're going to hold down the Command key as we click on the others. That's going to highlight them all without de-highlighting the previous ones that you've clicked. Now, you're going to click your mouse and then start dragging them, but don't let go until you hit the Alt or Option key and Command. Okay, again, that's the Alt and Option key and the Command key. I'm sorry, Alt or Option key and the Command key. Now you'll notice that the icon changes from a plus sign inside of a circle to an arrow pointing up. That's going to be the shortcut sign, and that's what you're going to want to have before you release your mouse button. As soon as you have that, go ahead and release it, and it's going to create shortcuts to these applications. And you'll notice that it has that arrow over the icon of the application. Now we're going to want to drag and drop this folder into your dock. But before we do so, you'll need to know something about the dock. The left side of the dock is reserved for actual applications. What we're going to be dragging in there is a folder. And so the right-hand side is reserved for those. So just keep that in mind as you move it down. If you try to drag and drop it into the applications, it's not going to move aside. You're going to need to go to the right-hand side, and you'll notice that it moves aside as you go along the different folders that are already there. So whenever you find a spot that you want it at, let go, and voila, it appears in your dock. Now, if you click on that, it's going to display them a little bit differently depending on certain criteria that I'm not certain of. This is called the grid view, and this is called the list view, and this is called the stack view. How we change that is simply by control clicking on it And then my preference is grid, but just click on whichever you want. You can experiment with it, and then it appears in grid format. Okay. With the file folders, I prefer the list view. Now, the last thing that you're going to need to do is, of course, the aim of this is to clean up your doc, so we need to remove those that we've already added to another folder. So simply Control-click, go to Options, Remove from Doc, and then repeat that on each of the applications that you want to remove. And you're done. Hopefully this will help you to organize and get a little bit more comfortable with your doc and your Mac overall. So happy docking, have a great day, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask any of the 21st Century Learning coaches.